The Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Muda Yusuf, has been advising the Nigerian government on ways to cut down on debt and ensure savings. Yusuf wants government to put extra focus on taxation and revenues from its departments and agencies.
Well, I think the government needs to muster the political will to deal with some issues. One of the areas in which we have had very serious shortfalls in our revenue projection is independent revenue. Independent revenue has to do with revenues from the revenue-generating agencies of government. We are talking about NNPC, we are talking about Central Bank, we are talking about NPA, NEMASA, and a whole lot of them, and NNPC, and a whole lot of them that generate quite a lot of revenue and that are sitting on very viable commercial assets. The inflow of revenue from these agencies has been far, far below expectation. I think in the 2017 budget, the shortfall from this revenue head was the biggest. It was about 70% shortfall in revenue. And this is one area where we have not been firm enough to ensure that there is proper accountability, to get the managers of these agencies to actually be more accountable and remit what actually is due to the Federation account. So I think if you come with a more effective, more impactful political will to get the revenue-generating agencies to remit what they should remit and to also be properly monitored, I am sure that the revenue that will flow in from those areas will be much more than what we are dealing with. Secondly, is the issue of taxation. There has been a lot of talk about low taxation, low tax to GDP ratio, and the rest of it. The reality is that those who are paying tax are largely those who are in the formal sector, those who are in the corporate world. Those are the people who are bearing the greatest burden of taxation. And this, in terms of the number of economic players, may not be more than 20 or 30% of the total economic players in the economy. So we need to come up with a strategy to ensure that all taxable entities are in the tax net. I think that is a major issue that we need to deal with. I mean, we have a large informal sector. We have a lot of high net worth individuals building mansions, riding private jets, you know. Some of them possibly don't even have offices, but at least they are sitting on a lot of wealth. So we should be creative, we should be innovative to deal with this kind of peculiar challenge in terms of taxation. So it's a question of bringing more people into the tax net and also getting those who really have the capacity to pay much more than they are paying.